G'day, Chris Bowen from EFTM, and right here we have Jaguar's first attempt at an electric vehicle. It's the I-Pace. Well, once again, it's a case of Beauty and the Beast, isn't it? Me being the beast, this being the beauty. And I'm talking about the I-Pace. It's a great looking car, but you know what? It's not too out there. It's not a Prius, for example. This is a fully fledged electric vehicle made by Jaguar, of course, a well-established brand. And don't we know it, the build quality is fantastic, which I think gives it a major benefit over the likes of cars we see from Tesla, who admittedly, I'm not a skeptic of Tesla, they were the pioneers in this area, but increasingly we're going to see these major players come on board with these fantastic EV cars. Mercedes have their EQC, which we saw on debut in Sweden earlier in the year, and of course Audi also have their e-tron, but this is the first major player from Europe to arrive here in Australia, and I've got to tell you, even the harshest skeptic would struggle to criticise this car. It's a phenomenal drive. In terms of power, you never struggle in an electric vehicle, there's no doubt about that. Stack of overtaking prowess, as you'd expect, because the figures 294 kilowatts, 696 newton meters of torque. In a situation like this, when you want to overtake on a country road, not a problem. As you'll see in the footage, carving up some of those corners in the Royal National Park and staying below the 80 or 60 kilometre speed limit was a bit of an issue, but we did well despite the odd man in blue appearing around some corners. Now, prices kick off at around $119,000 before on roads. They escalate to $159,700. Now, that puts it in a pretty good space when you compare it to its only other real competitor, and that's the Tesla Model X, which can escalate quickly in price, north of $200,000 as a matter of fact, if you go for the top of the range model. The good thing about this Jaguar is it's also got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so smartphone connectivity is certainly looked after. Got an interpretation almost of Audi's virtual instrument cluster in front of you, fully digital, not quite to the standard that Audi produced. That's class leading what they offer. Dual screen format here, air conditioning controls down the bottom, a raft of data and functions you can perform on this particular touchscreen right here in the middle. And as you can see, just a glorious interior. And this is where Tesla has been not just put on notice, but also surpassed. The other thing about this I-Pace is its ride quality. I mean, we've travelled over some varying road surfaces, from, you know, well-sealed highways to some B roads for the Royal National Park, and it just glides along. I mean, not quite a magic carpet style ride, but right up there when it comes to overall comfort levels. I think everyone in the car would feel quite comfortable on a long distance trip, for example, or as far as the battery allows you to go anyway. It's easy to toss around terms like revolution, but we are seeing the slow death of the internal combustion engine, and cars like this are leading the way. If anything, this is a car that will educate customers and buyers en masse. There's not going to be supply issues like Tesla have had, for example. This is Jaguar pumping out electric vehicles, and there's going to be plenty of them, not just from this brand, but from every brand well into the future. I'm not surprised by what we're seeing here today. I was expecting a very thorough all-rounder performance, and that's what we've got. Premium, well put together car, an electric vehicle with a fairly decent range and priced pretty well when you consider the marquee. That's the Jaguar I-Pace. There'll be full details at EFTM.com, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Chris Bowen for EFTM.com.
This is EFTM, everything for the man.